What's your name and your badge number? First Amendment, you ever heard of it? Unlawful arrest. We've all heard the stories. We've all felt the outrage. We've all shouted to the rooftops to anyone that'll hear us. File a complaint. File a lawsuit. Make sure him or her lose their jobs. But what we rarely speak of are the victims of the unlawful arrest. We rarely talk about the ramifications that these people suffer because of this unlawful arrest. Some have lost their homes, their families, their livelihoods. Some have even lost their lives. Today we're going to talk about the unlawful arrest and the victims that suffers by them.
Enjoying life. Was just out of prison 7 months when this happened to me.
Somebody I said, motorcycle take off. You drive me down the street, the Los Angeles and Second Avenue. White male, blue dirt bike.
10-4, you know, respond to Charlie 70 at Los Angeles and Second Avenue.
Hey, I'm 51 for the charges. Find out.
Hey, 48051.
White male about 20.
10-4, white male about 20 years of age.
I just got my joy back. Had it for about 2 months. Wasn't breaking the law. Working my business. Enjoying life. Felt even with the system. Didn't have to get back at nobody. Paid my dues. And Officer Lopez just happens to be covering his butt on me, on the guy that's gonna scream the loudest.
Craig Tufano is a 44-year-old self-employed plumber. He was born and raised in Fort Lauderdale, Florida in 1975. He attended local elementary, middle, and high schools around the surrounding area of Fort Lauderdale. Like any typical kid growing up in South Florida, adventure, fun, excitement was all Craig thought about. Like many of us, Craig made decisions that led to disciplinary actions from the local and state governments.
And what type of vehicle was he on?
North side of my location. No tag of the vehicle.
Charlie 70, you're cutting yourself out tonight?
White male, 20s, blue dirt bike, drug me down, Los Angeles Boulevard.
That's a 10-4, sir. I have units responding. All units is AS 1033 at this time.
Wait, did he say he was dragged down?
That's a 10-4, sir.
Units code 3.
10-4, this is AS 1033. Units are responding.
The motorcycle struck me.
Charlie
You're
7,
drinking all channels with it. Is he eastbound?
Charlie 7, advisor.
He went north on my location towards Broward. I'm not sure if he went east or west.
That's 10-4. All Attention all units, be advised. 34 Charlie 70 was struck by a vehicle east Los Olas and southeast 2nd Avenue. Be advised, a white male about 20 years of age. He was on a motorbike. Last seen headed northbound towards Broward. Advised on D1, D3.
Hi, my name is Craig Tufano, and this is Lucky, and this is the story of how we're fighting for our life. So it was about this time on a regular weekday, 5/18, that we were traveling this way to go to the Grind coffee shop. We hung out at the Grind maybe an hour and a half doing our coffee deal, and on the way back home, we came north over Andrews Bridge, east down Las Olas, and this is where I started to putter out. I didn't know I was running out of gas, but at that stop sign, I rolled through this intersection. And I think he reports that he appeared to be a stalled motorist. So you're going to hear from within that the officer jumped out of his patrol car and made contact about here, and he points to the middle of the street, which is what happened. He made contact with me, but he grabbed my rear belt line and he admits to it.
Where's your car at? Right there?
Yeah, I parked the Hercules.
Yeah, okay.
You need a statement or anything? Yeah, if you don't want to stand up.
Do you guys have your IDs with you real quick?
But I'll give you my name and number if you want. I appreciate it.
Yeah, can you give me your ID and I'll just write your information down?
Because we were walking up and saw it just as he came in and cut him off.
What happened?
And we saw the whole thing happen.
Ran over.
He was trying to block him from passing, and he
I just
straight
stopped
up.
you when
Yeah, it was horrible.
you got some pretty good hamburger going there, brother.
What the?
He tried to tackle the guy to stop him, and he just like ran over and went that way.
Was it? Alright, you can
All
have
right,
that back.
let us know if you need anything.
Where were we all at when this happened?
We were right on
We were like, see where the guy in the white shirt is? We were
The guy with the black hat or at the corner?
No,
where
but
the
we
light
were
is?
on the other side of the pillars walking down on the sidewalk.
So you were farther down by the traffic light?
Farther down, so we were looking right at it as he came in and tried to apprehend him.
Right.
It was all right in front of us.
Okay.
Because that's the closest thing you could grab is my rear belt line. If you're running behind me, that's the closest thing you could grab.
Just normal day. You know, we're pretty busy going call to call. You know, our volume for call for service on evenings is pretty high. Mm-hmm. I saw your client traveling southbound on Andrews Avenue and proceeded to go east. Didn't think anything of it on the dirt bike.
Okay.
It had a taillight on it. Started, light turned green. Started traveling eastbound. It appeared that he stalled at the stop sign where the construction is, which is southeast 2nd Avenue at the intersection. Mm-hmm. I feel like he stalled. I ride a motorcycle. It appeared that he stalled and kind of was like, you know, something happened, like, I don't know, mechanical maybe or whatnot. I don't know.
Okay.
He started drifting off towards the sidewalk there. I proceeded, I'm like, oh, render aid or whatever. And I'm sorry, I stopped the render aid.
Jumps out of his driver's side door, runs behind me, and makes contact here. Runs along about 10 feet and falls off here, scrapes his elbow. And I take off here.
Count 1 is aggravated battery on an officer. Count 2 is resisting with violence. Count 3 is operating without license. Count 4 is failure to register motor vehicle. And count 5 is a traffic infraction not from magistrate.
Your Honor, the state's going to be requesting a $20,000 bond on count 1, $5,000 bond on count 2. Mr. Tufano willfully ignored a law enforcement officer's orders to stop his motorcycle, during which time dragged Officer Lopez of the Fort Lauderdale Police Department across Los Olas Boulevard for approximately 15 to 20 yards, causing the officer to sustain non-life-threatening injuries. His criminal history appears he's amused.
After this happened, I started to investigate and found out that the police officers all need to have their body cameras on and need to be recorded. So, and it also says in a report that this was recorded on his body camera. The thing is, they couldn't get the body camera to lie, so they sent it to the trash bin and killed it. His body camera that caught what happened was never entered into evidence. The other body cameras that you will see in my compilation that I made, you will hear them say, shh, don't say nothing, I'm recording. You will hear them say, shutting off for case investigation. You will hear them say, that's what you get for trying to run over an officer. You will see them loosen up my cuffs. You will see them being very nice with me. You will see that I wasn't beat up. And that's because I did not aggravate battery a Leo. If I did, everybody that does gets beat up pretty much all the time. And it's so obvious that cops all the time claim that they try to get run over. You could be across the street and they say he tried to run me over. It's their out. It's their go-to. And that's why you will see when I was being processed, I was saying all this. I didn't know I was being recorded. Just the truth was coming out, and you can't argue with the truth. And that's why the officers couldn't argue with me. And just if that body camera, they couldn't get the body camera to lie. In the past, I've been in trouble in the past, and I have not asked for help because I've gotten myself into it. This time, I feel like I have to ask everybody for help, and that's what I'm doing. I'm fighting for my life. I'm innocent. Please let me answer any of your questions. Let me talk to whoever, the judge, the prosecutor. Put me in front of anybody and ask me whatever you want, because the truth will just come out. You don't have to think of the truth. All you got to do is just tell it. And the truth shall set you free, hopefully, and I need your help, and I thank Big Nick, and I thank anybody that gets behind us. I thank the Strong Six. I need you guys.
Yeah.